I'm your host Raman Sangha, and I'm here to ask you this one question. Are you often overwhelmed about, how many things you have to do in a day and you end up doing really not much because your mind is too cluttered, because you're thinking too many things, because there is a flurry of thoughts going through your mind, and eventually you end up thinking all of that and you end up doing nothing, and at the end of the day you are overwhelmed thinking about what you could have done but did not get done because you were distracted by a million things that are going on in your life and by a million thoughts that are running through your mind. Well, I'm here to break it to you. You are not alone. I was in the same bucket before I started making some changes that have really helped me, and I'm here to share those changes with you. Welcome, guys. Today we are going to discuss 5 ways to declutter your mind and focus for success. I was really procrastinating doing this live today, and this is often how a mind usually works, right? We often are thinking like, I gotta do this, and then you end up procrastinating because you're like, oh, well, I got to do that first, or I don't have a script, I don't know what to speak about today, I don't have a topic. You know it. You can do it. You can do at least a little bit of something every single day, but you don't because you're procrastinating. You're thinking like, well, should I cook dinner first? Should I clean the house? Should I clean my study first? Oh, well, I need to run that report, I need to do this, I need to do that. You're continuously worrying about so much you have to do, and at the end of the day you don't do the one task that you should focus on in the moment. So feel free to say hi as you're jumping on. Let me know from where you're tuning in. I would love to interact with you. If you're watching a replay and you're new to my channel, please type in replay. And if you watched me before and you like what you see and you think it's helpful, please feel free to share and pay the love forward. We're all about helping each other out. All right, so let's dive right into it. So how to keep your brain focused, how to declutter your mind. Number 1 is keep it simple. Keep it simple, guys. You don't have to challenge yourself, think out of the box all the time, think, all right, what is a new way of organizing the kitchen? Should I do that? Should I buy a new cabinet? Maybe that's going to be easier. You know what? Do the simple. Don't overcomplicate things. What's easier is, your brain often loves challenges. If you keep it challenged, it's good. But if it's too challenging, then you can induce anxiety in your mind, because then you're complicating it too much. Your mind does not really know how to process the information. Should I do it? Should I not do it? You're confusing it. Or the other way is to make it too simple, like I'm just going to do the basic, and then you're bored. And because you're bored, you end up occupying your mind with trivial things. For example, you might end up just, spending hours on the phone or watching Netflix. You might end up doing a lot of other things that you don't need to. So there are 2 things you need to focus on. 1, don't make it too complicated, that induces anxiety. And 2, don't make it too simple, that it makes it boring and you end up doing other things that are not really keeping you focused on the task. How to use your common sense a little on what is the right balance for you. It's different for different people. My, comfort level is going to be very different from yours. So find out what's comfortable to you. Number 2 is feelings. You often bring up feelings in between, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like going to the gym today. Feelings are a major part of our lives. So what I would really say is, do not stifle your feelings. Do not say, oh, I can't feel that. I have to disregard that feeling, because eventually what's going to happen is, if you don't really feel like going to the gym, you're going to, bury it for one day, another day, but then eventually it's going to pile on and you're going to eventually be like, you know what, I'm not going to go to the gym. This is not a part of my routine. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And you won't be bothered at all with it, right? So it's better to face the feeling, to really try and understand what's going on in your brain before you, just give up on the idea. So basically try and understand what you're feeling. Verbalize it. Like, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling demotivated, or I'm feeling whatever the feeling is. Just try and understand what you're really feeling and give it a name. If you give your feeling a name, you would be able to easily understand that. And then next question you have to ask yourself is, why are you feeling that? What are you feeling and why are you feeling that? Once you answer these questions, you would be easily be able to feel the feeling and move on. So number 2 is really understand what you're feeling and where that feeling is coming from. If you don't understand that, you won't be able to kick it to the curb. Number 3 is sustain your focus. the studies have been done and the verdict is out, guys. So if you are focusing on a really important project and you really find it hard to focus, because let's get real, like there are tons of distractions. For a busy mother like me, if I'm at home, the kids are running around and there's so much happening in life. So, but if you need to really focus on something and if you're really serious about some project that you're working on and your deadline is approaching, just try and focus, remove all the distractions, talk to your family. I am busy for the next hour or so. Talk to your family, let them know what's going on, and then, switch off your phone, turn off your notifications and get working. You will be so much in the zone. It'll make it so much easier for you to finish the job, because before 20 minutes, you have the temptation to be distracted and this and that. After 20 minutes, your brain has really focused now and you can actually get into the zone and do it. So that was number 3. So number 4 is take a break. If you work so hard, if your brain has continuously worked, you start to feel the overwhelm and anxiety, take a break. That is the cue you're getting from your brain. I need a break. So give it a break. Have a cup of coffee, have a cup of tea, have a stroll, have a cup of water, go get some fresh air. Just take a break before you get back into it, right? So take a break. Number 5 is repeat steps 1 to 4 after the break. We often find that after we take a break, we don't want to really get back into the activity we were really immersed in. So you will see a lot of the times you have to go through step 1 to 4, which, to recap, was number 1, find a task that is not too challenging and not too simple. Number 2 is, and these are the steps you got to take after the break, right? Find a simple. Number 2 is feel the feelings. Try and understand where those feelings are stemming from, what is really bothering you, why it's bothering you, so you can tackle it head on. Number 3 is, you got to sustain focus for 20 minutes. After you take a break, focus for 20 minutes. Just push yourself to focus for 20 minutes, and after that, it'll get much easier. And then take a break and hit repeat. So those were my 5 tips to focus your brain. If you do this continuously, it's going to become a habit for your brain and you won't have to push your brain to work on it. So those were my 5 tips. Hopefully you like them. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching today. Bye.